Welcome to Netrush Report, your daily serve of tennis drama, unforgettable rallies, and the stories that go far beyond the scoreline. If you live and breathe the sport like we do, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and join a community of fans that reads between the lines. Tennis on August 3rd, fans were hit with a wave of confusion and speculation after a post by the tennis letter on X confirmed that Novak Djokovic was officially withdrawing from the 2025 Cincinnati Open. The message was brief. No formal quote, no clarification, just a silent withdrawal. And yet, the implications couldn't be louder. For many fans, this event was supposed to be a crucial test. A way for Novak to shake off the rust post-Wimbledon. A tune-up before heading to the final Grand Slam of the year, the US Open. But now, that stage is set without any rehearsal that lets unpack what we know and what we don't. Djokovic isn't just another player in Cincinnati. He's a three-time champion there, 2018, 2020, and 2023, that each of those wins told a different story. 2018. He became the first player in history to complete the career Golden Masters, winning all 9 ATP Masters 1,000 titles. 2020. In a pandemic-shifted season, he won in a bubble, proving he could perform under pressure like no one else. 2023. After skipping 2022, he roared back, defeating Daniil Medvedev in an emotional final. But since then, 2 straight withdrawals. No Cincinnati in 2024 or 2025, that this year's absence is louder than ever. Ever since Wimbledon 2025, murmurs have circulated about a lingering hip and groin injury. Observers noticed discomfort in his semi-final clash against Jannik Sinner. He wasn't moving like Novak. He wasn't sliding, reacting, or punishing returns like the master he is. After the loss, Novak admitted, "I wasn't at my physical best. I pushed, but it wasn't enough." He didn't directly mention the injury, but body language doesn't lie. Medical timeouts, extra stretching, lower energy. It all painted a picture. Now, withdrawing from a hardcourt Masters 1,000 event. That adds fuel to the speculation. Could this be the same groin strain that hampered him in 2021? Or is it something worse? An issue that threatens his US Open run entirely? Let's look at this from a tactical lens. Djokovic is notoriously methodical. He doesn't make impulsive decisions that, oh, maybe this isn't injury-induced. Maybe this is Novak the strategist, conserving energy, skipping wear and tear, and preparing in private. That would make sense, right? Except, the last time Djokovic played on hard courts was back in May, during the Miami Open, where he lost a tight final to rising Czech star Jakub Mensik. That means he'll go into Flushing Meadows with 0 competitive hardcourt play in over 3 months. That's unheard of, even for him. And let's not forget, the US Open is a different beast. Fast courts, brutal humidity, best of 5 matches, night sessions that break champions. Can even Djokovic shake off that level of rust against elite hardcourt players? The 2025 season has been strange for Novak. Australian Open, semifinal loss to Alcaraz. French Open, another semifinal, this time to Holger Rune. Wimbledon, outclassed in straight sets by Jannik Sinner. Each time, he was close, but not great. And that's not a word we use lightly with Djokovic. Now, the US Open is his last shot in 2025 to grab a Grand Slam title. And everyone's watching. Alcaraz, Sinner, Rune, Medvedev. All of them have momentum. If Novak falters early, questions about his dominance, age, and physical fragility will only grow louder. And with no warm-up tournaments, that pressure just tripled at the post-match press conference after losing to Sinner at Wimbledon. Djokovic was visibly shaken. He didn't yell. He didn't hide, but he was brutally honest. "This is not the level I expect from myself. I didn't feel free. I couldn't attack. Physically, I was under." He also hinted at a need to reevaluate his schedule, recovery, and long-term priorities. Was this the moment Novak realized he needed to scale back? Could the Cincinnati withdrawal be his way of saying, "I need rest more than rhythm"? Or is it simply that his body, at 38, is now calling the shots? Tennis fans aren't silent. Social media exploded after the withdrawal announcement. On X, some fans defended him. Let the man rest. He's earned the right to manage his schedule. Others were skeptical. If you're injured, say it. Don't hide behind silence. And a few were brutally honest. I'm worried this might be the last real Djokovic slam run we see. Even experts weighed in. Tennis journalist Matt Wielander told Eurosport, I think Novak knows something we don't. Either he's very confident or very injured. The ambiguity is what's most unsettling. No statement, no clear plan, just mystery. And mystery breeds doubt. The ADP is no longer Novak's kingdom alone. 2025 has seen the young generation rise. Carlos Alcaraz, Australian Open champion. Top speed, unmatched variety. Jannik Sinner, Wimbledon winner. Calm, clinical, and climbing. Holger Rune, clay court dominance. Tactically fearless. These aren't just future stars, they're present threats. And with Djokovic skipping key prep matches, the balance of power feels like it's shifting. But let's not forget, it was Alcaraz who dethroned Novak in Melbourne and Sinner who swept him at Wimbledon. Now imagine those matchups on hard court. With Novak untested, potentially nursing injuries, and rusty, it could be chaos. Or a legendary comeback. There's another layer here. What if Djokovic is scaling back for the long haul? At 38, he may be shifting to a slams-only schedule. Less Masters 1000. Fewer travel-heavy stretches. Just Grand Slams and legacy matches that we saw Federer do this in his twilight years. Serena too. Could Novak be following suit? His body isn't recovering like it used to. The mental toll is heavier. And frankly, his place in history is already cemented. But Novak isn't the kind to just coast. If this is part of a bigger strategy, he's not letting anyone in on the plan. Without Cincinnati, Novak's ranking might slip slightly, but he'll still be seated high enough to avoid early matchups with the top four. But if he's cold, even a third-round match could be dangerous. Imagine facing a red-hot Ben Shelton, an on-fire Jack Draper, or a rejuvenated Francis Tiafoe under the lights of Arthur Ashe Stadium. With your body still adjusting, that's not ideal. That's risky. Djokovic is playing chess. But in New York, sometimes it's all about reaction, not planning. So now, the wait begins to Cincinnati. No warm-up, no answers. Novak Djokovic is heading into the US Open. Wounded, maybe. Unprepared, maybe. But hungry? Absolutely. Because champions aren't measured by perfect preparation, they're measured by how they rise when everything is against them. This could be the beginning of Novak's final chapter, or the setup for his most legendary comeback yet. Either way, tennis fans, you don't want to miss what happens next. Tennis, thanks for watching NetRush Report. Smash that like button, share this video with your tennis fam, and drop your predictions for Djokovic's US Open run in the comments below. Do you believe he'll defy the odds? Or will the new generation finally take over?